Hi, good evening, friends. It's about 4 o'clock Friday evening, November 5th, and I just wanted to give you a real quick tour of how things are going in the garden. Been battling some critters. We have grasshoppers that have moved in. Right now it's quiet. They've all dissipated, but I have turned this place into a waiting room and just had to cover some of the plants. So I'm going to show you what we've got going on in the progress. We've got some really good stuff that we're harvesting, and I'm going to show you what we've got going on. Give you the progress. I haven't been on for a couple weeks. All right, so here's the tunnel, and I've gotten all the vines off the inside. I do have some, I've got marigolds are getting some sun. Look at that purple basil. Wow, that is beautiful. My beans, I happen to have finally getting some beans. There's a nice one. I think I could probably pick him. That's a nice size. But there's a few others over here. These were not this big yesterday. I was just checking them last night. Now what's really cool is these are actually rattlesnake beans. They have some purple markings on them, purple striping. These don't seem to have much, but a little bit. So pretty cool. Oh yeah, here's another one. Wow, I might have some string beans for tonight. Look at that. So I have one lonely little tiger melon that's ripening up. It's getting orange. And I might just harvest that and save some seeds. My loofahs are hanging down. They're going to start drying. Their vines are drying up. But these are going to be my loofahs. And those will be able to turn into some nice scrubbing. Got a nice bowl of flowers. Something started up. I don't know what this vine is. It started in my compost bin, and I can't take anything and not let it propagate, so I planted it. This is some barrage. Finally getting some pretty blue flowers on them. Well, these are my pollinators. Here is another string bean. Wow, these things are growing fast. Pick me some more. This is great. I'm going to have some beans for dinner. So, basil's looking great. I have a little bit of cilantro. It's finally starting to get a little bit. It was teeny tiny. So, all right. This side of, got my purple basil here, and I've got some marigolds. These beans have been just about eaten by the critters. Those big, long grasshoppers. They're a good 2.5, 3 inches long. They've eaten most of this one. There's a couple little baby beans. So they're pretty much being very destructive on certain things. These are some new tomato bags, potato plants. But this is what I've had to do to protect my potato plants. These were doing really well. I don't know if you can see, they were sitting on top of them and just chewing off the whole thing. So now I had one layer of netting. That didn't do it. I put 3 or 4 layers of netting, and see this? They start chewing right through if there is something right there. Got a beautiful Mexican sunflower coming out on this side, and another little stalk there. But look at all the loofahs on top there. By the time I unload the top, it's going to be pretty crazy. So that should be quite interesting. Over here, we've got 2 big barrels of sweet potatoes. And this fabulous Mexican sunflower. Now, I am still popping out spaghetti squash. That one's almost ripe. It's getting more yellow than green. And my tomatillos are coming along. They are filling out. I don't know if you can see, I can actually press them this much. They were little tiny ones inside. Now this one's kind of not as full, but they're filling out. And once they're full enough and their paper on the outside dries, they will be full-fledged tomatillos, but I've got a whole bunch in there. Got my cabbages. Peppers are doing fine. In fact, they are producing so much that I made stuffed peppers last night. Crab and cheese stuffed peppers. They were very good. These guys are even still blooming. Okay, so let me show you. Here's the back side of the vine. Wow. And it still has flowers on top. It's getting a little thin in spots, but it's still producing new ones. Oh, this is good because these can be sauteed when they're this size. So this is a good size to pick. It's almost like cucumber size. That can be sauteed. But if they're too big, they're too tough. So they'll just have to be loofahs. But all my tomatoes are this bright, vibrant green, and they're getting tons of flowers on them. This whole row is doing really well. This poor little pepper plant, the critters seem to take a liking to him and chewed him all up. This is a purple pepper plant. Look at these. For as small as these plants are, they are producing me some nice food. This guy is big beef tomato. Could have sworn there was some. I know there's some on here. I know there's tomatoes on here. I don't see them right now. Oh, here we go. Here's one right here. So there's a few here and there. I was cleaning them out and getting some of the. This one's so vibrant. What a gorgeous color. This pepper here is got some nice peppers on it. 3 or 4 on there. And I picked a bunch yesterday. These are the little tiny teaspoon tomatoes. They came back. They were terrible looking. They were all dried up. This is a Roma tomato. Now the Romas were new plants I put in. Some of these other ones just made it through from the summer and came back. I shaded them so well. These are banana sweet peppers. Look at these guys. Teeny tiny plant, and it's producing. So these are pretty new, these pepper plants. This is peppercini. Tons of peppercinis on here. This plant's happy and full. This is not a teeny tiny plant. This one is a producer. It's got all kinds on it, all throughout there. So this Roma is kind of all spread out, but there's a lot. They're starting to produce. I believe this is, they're really full leaves, just really pretty. And here are some, this one's a real good plant right here. This has got 2 nice size Romas. And I believe there's another one right over here. So he's inside there. And they just are really, really happy with this weather. Oh, there's a couple more over there. This one's one of the happier plants. There's one just setting fruit. That one is doing well. This is the yellow pear tomatoes. Actually, I'm not sure if it's yellow pear. It's kind of stripy. I don't think the yellow pear have this. This might be a different one. So this is one left from over the summer, and it came back. It's a little ragged, but this one here is cherry tomato, and it does have a couple. This was a new plant that I bought, and there are more. Maybe these are. Yeah, these are supposed to be the yellow pear tomatoes, so I don't remember them being stripy, but it looks like they are. There's a pepper plant that's doing okay. I started bagging. This helps. I did this in my upper garden, but this protects it from the birds coming, and I'm hoping from, I got this netting, and this has definitely some beans on here. I saw them yesterday, so I decided to bag them up so nothing comes along. Hard to see under here, but I know they're there. Trust me. So it's going to have some nice tomatoes on there as well. And the birds like to come and peck the tomatoes before they're done, so I got some of those net bags. More purple peppers. I have picked a good size one yesterday. This is fabulous. This is my Anaheim. These are going to be chili rellenos. I cannot wait. And there are so many. Look at how many there are there. I'm going to have me some stuffed peppers. Look at how many there are on here. There's got to be a dozen, and they're huge. This one plant is just so happy. It likes it in the afternoon shade. This barely gets up to midday sun, and then it's shaded all afternoon, and peppers do like some shade. So I've got some lettuce. I've got the Swiss chard has been there, and I've added some more lettuces in here. And I have, there's gourmet lettuce. There's a red leaf lettuce. Salad bowl bib lettuce. So those are doing well. And here's squash. Now the vines are looking pretty rough, but look at this, a new one set. Love these stripy ones. There's two kinds. There's the yellow ones plain, and the stripy ones. Look at this guy. He's still growing. He doesn't look like he's ready to be picked. There's new starts here and there. More tomatillos. Tons of them in here. These plants are trying to push their way out. Another squash. I don't know if he's going to develop. Probably not. Looks like he's struggling. More pepper plants in here. They're doing well. Another pepper plant. This one grew from here through the netting, back through the netting. It came out, it went back in, and it's on the inside. And there's actually two of them on here. Look at that. There's a new one. So it's just hanging on the netting. All the tension is on here, holding it up. Crazy. So I have pumpkins. This one is my sugar pie pumpkin. Look at this guy. He's growing. I thought I only had one, but I got a surprise and found there's another one over here. He's a little further behind. And the center one is supposed to be regular carving pumpkin, and I don't see anything developing on its vines. But my two sugar pie pumpkins are. Another squash right there. There's another one. No, there's two of them down here. So I am continuing to harvest spaghetti squash. It doesn't seem like it wants to even slow down. My cabbage are getting really big. Nice and tall, beautiful cabbage. Those are the red cabbage. I've added those in. They're getting a nice setting. The radicchio are huge. Kohlrabi. I'm going to figure out how to cook the kohlrabi, but it's getting a nice bulb to it. I hear it's kind of like turnip. So we'll check that out. But I got the seeds. I tried them. It worked. Here's more peppers. This is a yellow banana pepper. So I do have a lot of mild peppers. More cabbages in here. I like having them within the netting because they don't get pecked at so much by critters. Another one. I got a loofah. I don't know how I got a loofah over on this but I did. I don't know where it came from. It just came through. More cabbage. So once all of this stuff comes out of here, this will turn into cabbage, and I'll probably add some lettuce. Those little lettuce, if I can keep them from being eaten. So right now, I do have one more little item that I've installed. I don't think I've shown this. This is my compost area. So I have this is from burning brush, so I've got some char, got sticks that are going to go either in the bottom of some new beds. This is my compost pile. I've been working on that, watered it, got it covered up. And this bin is we went and got some free mulch. The city shreds their trees, and we can just pick that up. So this is going to be our new area where we've leveled it off, and we're going to have a food forest right in this area. We're going to have trees right along the edge of the gulch. This is our gulch area over here. It's starting to lose light. So at the far end, where there's a little tree right about here, right at the edge, we're going to put a pen for some steer. See if we can't raise some meat. So when they leveled this, they brought this edge out. So now I have, this is the gulch, but I've got this nice edge, and it's kind of, now that it's watered, it's kind of like concrete. So I'm going to be putting trees all along here. I'm going to have some shade trees coming around all along this side, because this is the sunset side. And we're going to have a lot of fun. A lot of food, a lot of fun. This is exciting. And I've been adding to the compost pile. Not a lot I can do right now with the garden until those grasshoppers. I do have some seeds waiting to go in, but I can't do much. All I can do is try and protect what's in here. I've tried neem oil spray. They just move out of its way and then they just come back. So hopefully in the next week or two, we will not have them around. So I want to just tell you good evening and bless you. And I'm glad you got to come and visit me with me in my garden. And this is my happy place. So this is where I like to hang out. All right, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for hanging out.